The walk back with Monika is quiet at first, but as soon as we've left the campus, our walk becomes a lot more lively. Obviously, we talk about the club and the festival for a bit, as you'd expect us to. However, our talk becomes a lot more musical. Looks like that's at least one thing we do have in common. That's not a bad thing either. She sounds incredibly passionate about it herself, especially when it comes to the piano. It's not long until we find ourselves outside my house. Honestly, if I knew you were this passionate, I'd have lent you one of my keyboards.
You'd do that?
Of course I would. I've got to stop this stupid grin of mine. Besides, not only are you my friend, but you're clearly passionate, so it's only right for me to help you. Monika looks away for a moment, faintly blushing but obviously smiling. Her eyes soon lock back onto mine.
You're too kind.
It's nothing, really. I chuckle as brush off her compliment. There is a moment of silence between us. It's almost like the pair of us are trying to find the right words to say. I decide to break the silence. Anyway, I guess I should get going now. I fish my keys out of my pocket as a realization hits me. You gonna be able to get home from here? Monika giggles cutely.
Oh, of course I will.
She then points further down the street, with me catching a glimpse of the more well-off part of the street.
It's just about a 20 or so minute walk back.
In that case, should I give you my number?
Of course.
We then quickly exchange numbers, the whole thing proving less awkward than it played out in my head.
Also, would it be okay if we did the printing at your house? I don't actually have a printer at home.
I'm cool with that, yeah. I'm astounded with how confident I just sounded. Monika gives me a relieved smile. Blech. See you Sunday?
I'll text you when I'm home.
She smiles as we bid one another goodbye. I retreat back inside and slump my bag on the couch. My god, I'm hallucinating typos that don't exist. My heart's racing in anticipation for Monika's visit this weekend. Am I too excited for this? Whether I am or not, I don't really care. Just gotta make sure I'm not too much of a pain in the ass. I come up to the familiar view of my house. All the way there, I've been humming a little tune to myself. It's a tune I wrote back in the second year. I think I still have the lyrics I wrote for it. Well, the ones I finished anyway. I approach the door and open it. Normally I would have unlocked it, but Mum's got a day off today. I shut the door behind me and take my shoes off. I call out. Oh, we're Monika right now.
Mom, I'm home. Welcome home, sweetie.
I head toward the living
room.
Gotta keep in mind whose perspective I'm in.
I sit on the couch and let my bag slump next to me. I look towards the window, a thoughtful yet happy smile forming across my lips. Usually Sunday's the one day in the week where I get so much before delays about after a stressful week. It doesn't take Mom long to notice my chipper mood. Someone seems happy. Uh-huh. I snap my head back down to Mom's eye level, slightly surprised. You just seem like you were daydreaming. Haven't seen you doing that for a while now. You got something on your mind? Or somebody, perhaps? My heart skips a beat momentarily. I gently scratch at the back of my neck and nervously laugh. It's nothing, really. Just got the festival on my mind. Even the densest person alive would be able to call my bluff. Mom only chuckles. Your smile says otherwise, hon. I look away for a moment, cover my face with my hands, more so to hide the fact that I've started to blush. Mom's always had a habit of reading people's minds. She's right about around 85% of the time. And this time certainly counts as part of that 85%. After realizing my reaction is definitely more of a giveaway than anything, I slide my hands down from my face and rest them on my lap. Mom looks at me quizzically. I take a deep breath as my eyes start towards her. You wouldn't happen to remember me ever mentioning someone called Hallie, would you? God, that sounded so much better in my head. Mom thinks for a moment, but not until something seems to click. I remember him. Well, how much you went on about him last year, anyway. Mom laughs playfully at my expense. Surely I didn't mention him that much. I smirk and roll my eyes. And to be honest, I always thought he was your boyfriend. Mom! My face must be riper than a tomato at this point. I breathe to a point where I can think straight again. Anyway, I'm going to be going over to his place on Sunday to sort some stuff out for the festival. Oh, okay. A slightly mischievous smirk then forms across her lips. Although, are you really working on festival prep? Or is this just some elaborate scheme to hook up with your secret lover? Damn it, Mom. First Natsuki, now you. I find myself hiding behind my hands again. Relax, Monika, I'm only teasing. I lower my hands so that my eyes are uncovered. I'm not even trying to mask the open smile I've got. Like, I do like him. It's just, I throw my head back in a mix of mild frustration and sheer embarrassment. Christ, why is this so awkward? I look back down to Mom as she gets up and walks towards me. She gently rests a hand on my shoulder. I know I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice. Like, I'm still your father, for God's sake. But I do think you should at least ask him. Doesn't hurt to ask, you know. I mean, not necessarily. For all I know, he could be thinking the same thing. Either that, or I need to ease it with the romance novels. I might do. I've just gotta find the right time. Just as I say that, I turn as my ears pick up the sound of a car pulling up on the driveway. That can only mean one thing. I look back to Mom and her expression mirrors my own. I grab my bag and speak rather hushed and hurriedly. I'll see you at dinner. Mom nods before I turn and head upstairs. I practically bolt upstairs, only catching a brief glimpse of Dad. If he heard about my plans, I know exactly how he'd react. I would really hate to cancel on Hallie. Hell, regardless of whether we're taking part in the festival, I'd still go see him. As soon as I get to my room, I take my blazer off and hang it out the back of the door. I then head to my bedroom and fall back onto it. Exhaling, my mind drifts towards Sunday. Despite my excitement, I am admittedly nervous. Who knows could happen? I could keep quiet and come off as incredibly awkward, or I could confess and break a friendship I've only just restarted. Yet the more I think of it, the more my doubts start to fade. After all, Hallie was the one that said he wanted to work with me, just like he did back in second year. Not to mention the way he looks at and how happy he seems when we're together. I smile sheepishly to myself and close my eyes, my mind repeating all the thoughts I have had since I met him. I've decided. When the time is right on Sunday, I'll confess. Whether he feels the same way or not, part of me just wants him to know. I feel my chest tighten. I place my hand gently on my chest and take an audible deep breath.
Something wrong?
My eyes then shoot open as I hear my phone's message tone go off. I get up from my bed and go to fetch my phone from my blazer pocket. I turn the screen on and, sure enough, it's a text from Hallie. You can do this, Monika. I say to myself. You can do this. I can do this.
It's already Sunday. I wake up early to make sure I have enough time to wash and clean up before Monika gets here. I look at the clock on my phone. It's just gone 5. Definitely got time. I get up and immediately head to the bathroom. The water seems a bit cooler this morning. Over the duration of my shower, my thoughts are dominated with everything that could happen. What's Monika going to be like outside of school? Are we going to make a good team? I ask myself those questions and more over and over again. Also think over my feelings. Hold on. You said something there, sir. Should I text? No, that'd be stupid. I grumble aloud to myself. Yeah, it does kind of seem like it'd be a dumb thing to do. But the more I think over it, maybe I could ask? When the time's right. I confirm to myself. After a couple more minutes, I turn the shower off and get up to dry myself. As for clothes, I don't really have much of a selection to go for, so I just pick out some black jeans and a white shirt. I look like I'd be a side character in my own anime, not gonna lie. After making sure my hair doesn't look like an utter mess, I look for quick breakfast. I down for a quick breakfast. What? Looking at the clock, I notice that it's just past 6 now. I don't remember being in the shower for that long. Regardless of that, I know that I still have a good while before Monika gets here. She said she should be around by 10. I'd say that's way too early to be up on a Sunday, but I can't really say anything now, can I? We ended up texting more than I thought we would. Obviously, the big topic was the festival. It's honestly pretty cute how prepped for it she is. Aside from that, we end up gushing over, surprisingly enough, synthesizers. I never took her as the kind of person to be into the electronic side of things, but I'm sure as hell not complaining. I'm still slightly nervous about her coming over. Who am I kidding? I'm nervous as fuck. Just shy of 4 hours later. The sound of my doorbell catches my attention. I get up and quickly glance at my phone. 9:48 a.m. I make my way to the door and open it. Monika beams at me. Hey, Monika. I smile back at her, trying hard to contain a blush. She looks stunning. I take a minute to compose myself. You coming in?
Of course.
I move to the side to give Monika enough space to enter. Once inside, Monika makes herself cozy on the couch and sets her bag down next to her. Before I get to the printer, do you want anything to drink?
You sure?
I'm already making you put up with me. It's really the least I can do.
You're making it sound like I don't want to be here, Hallie. Granted, I'm still surprised you wanted to help me, but I'm not complaining.
She pauses for a moment.
Besides, it's not that I'm putting up with you. I do want to be here.
Monika's voice trails off rather shyly. It's like she wants to say something, but she's having trouble getting it out. It's fine, Monika. Anyways, about that drink, is coffee fine with you?
That'd be perfect, thanks.
That seems to lift her spirit. I then proceed to make my way to the kitchen. It isn't too long till I've finished up our drinks. Apostrophe because of the that got cut off the till. As I leave them on the counter, I glance over at Monika. She's prepping the files for the pamphlets. I call over to her. Coffee's ready. I'll just get the printer.
Thanks, Hallie.
I quickly rush upstairs. After some digging in my closet, I finally find the relatively dusty machine. I start to dust it off with a dirty towel, all the while hoping the damn thing still works. I've not had to use it since that second year, and even then it didn't see frequent use. I'm certain there's still ink in there from before. As I go to carry the printer downstairs, my ears are introduced to a unusually frustrated Monika. Unusually.
Damn it.
I leave the printer on my bed and quickly head downstairs. What's the problem?
Problems are more like it. Bloody thing froze on me. Then it died. And to top it off, I forgot my charger.
Judging by her tone, she's trying to put a more light-hearted spin on her situation. Her expression, however, tells an entirely different story. Taking a sip of my coffee, a thought pops into my head. If you've got the files backed up on a USB, we could easily print them upstairs. Monika giggles.
This isn't just some ploy to get me into your bedroom, is it, Hallie?
My face once again goes cacodemon red. No, it's not. Aside from Natsuki's comment the other day about me and Monika making club members, I don't think I've ever been this embarrassed. Monika bursts into laughter.
Oh my god, your face is a picture right now.
More teasing, lovely.
I'm only messing with you, you know that, right?
I nod. I know. I just never took you for the teasing type.
She said something. What was it? You do look cute when you're flustered.
What was that?
Nothing. Let's just go upstairs.
Monika dismisses my question quickly as we make our way up. Once in my room, I ask Monika for her USB. She passes it to me and I start to load the file and hook up the printer. Whilst I'm doing all that, Monika sits on my bed simply looking around.
Your room's much cleaner than I thought it'd be.
I do clean pretty regularly. Plus it'd be kind of rude not to, because obviously you were coming over. That sounded better in my head.
You're very considerate.
I sheepishly smile back at her. Also, I've got the file up. It looks really professional, but my section is still blank. My voice trails off. Sorry, I forgot to send something over.
You don't have to apologize. If you want, you could quickly type up one of your poems up.
Yeah, type up one of your poems up.
Or we could find one online together. No pressure.
I give the choice some thought. I decide to grab my notebook out my bag, and flick through the pages. My gaze then fixates onto my poem, Horizon. That seems to be received pretty well, so I decide to type that. Once finished, I save the file just in case my computer decides to act up. I glance over at Monika, and our eyes fixate on each other for a moment. She suddenly averts her eyes with a noticeable red tint to her face. I can't explain it, but there's this sort of tense feeling when it's just the two of us. It's not a bad feeling at all. It feels more romantic, I suppose. So how many copies are we going to need?
I mean, the main document itself is 6 pages, and there's 24 discs in the club room.
She thinks for a bit.
That'd mean about 144.
I'll just print 150 just to be sure.
That should be enough.
I set up the document for printing. It starts quite smoothly. Eventually, however, it soon starts to stall. On instinct, I slap the machine twice. Come on! Another pair of hits. Work, damn it!
This is hopeless. No punctuation.
Monika sighs deeply. What? I turn to face her, genuinely perplexed. You're saying?
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
We can barely look each other in the eye for a few minutes. The room is silent, aside from the fans of my computer and the whirring of the printer. Those sounds soon stop and the printer beeps. I look at the small LCD display. Out of ink. What? How is it out of ink already? Fucking great. As before, Monika notices my frustration and her own expression seems to almost match it. The look in her eyes, however, carries the feeling of everything's going wrong. I get up from my desk. Hey, I'm just gonna get some water. Before I can step out the door, I hear Monika shoot up from my bed and she clings tightly to me, holding her head against my chest. Monika? I fall silent as Monika's glassy eyes focus on mine.
Sorry, it's just that I've been so stressed about the festival. I just really want to get it right.
To my shock, Monika's started to cry, but I'm still able to make out her words clearly. She's been working hard for the festival, probably a bit too hard, or some would say. I'd hate to see all of this work go to waste. It takes me a while, but I soon wrap my arms around her in return. Again, I don't know how she's going to react to it, but at the same time, it just feels right. Monika's once hastened breathing starts to slow. She emits a short yet comfortable hum as she closes her eyes. Her hugs are warm and slightly relaxing, though I'm not entirely sure if that last part applies more to her than it does to me. I've taken notice that her shoulders have loosened a bit and her breathing has returned to a steady pace. And do you want to head out front for a bit for some air? Monika pulls away from me, her arms still wrapped loosely around my waist.
I think that'd be good for me, thanks.
She then unwraps her arms and we head outside. Once we're outside, Monika exhales loudly in relief. You okay?
Yeah.
She soon sighs.
Sorry for freaking out back there.
Monika, you don't need to apologize.
But I'm just letting the smallest things get to me.
Monika looks me deep in the eyes.
I really want to get this right.
I know you do, but I stop as I try to think of how best to word this. It's taking a toll on you, that much is obvious. And honestly, I don't want to see you beat yourself up over things you can't control. There's a bit of silence. You're going to make the event great regardless of what happens. I promise that.
Thanks.
There's a bit more silence between us. It's a silence full of understanding. An idea then pops into my head. How about we go to the library and get them printed there?
That sounds like a good idea.
Monika beams at me. I start to step back inside. Let me get my jacket. I quickly rush upstairs and pick out the first jacket I can find, my usual black pleather jacket. I'm still surprised at how good of a condition it's in. I fetch my wallet, can't really get this sorted out without my member card. A thought crosses my head, but I instantly suppress it. No, that'd be awkward. This isn't a
Hallie, you okay up there?
Monika calls to from downstairs. Yeah. I then head back downstairs. Monika is waiting for me with both a smile and slightly red cheeks. You ready to go? I return her smile. She nods and we head off. The walk to the library is a mostly quiet one, aside from some small talk. The silence in between those brief moments of conversation isn't as awkward as I'd worried it would be. To the contrary, it's honestly quite comforting. Out of the corner of my eye, I can notice Monika taking small glances at me. But I don't bring attention to it for the sake of keeping the comforting atmosphere from shifting.